Hey, Twisted Teachers. We are so happy to be here tonight. We have a special treat for you. We get to spend some time with our new friends, Night Classy. They are another pair of educators who are bringing super high quality podcasts out to the world. So make sure you give them a listen and enjoy our conversation. So Night Classy, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yes, I guess we would. Thank you for that. We're always a little bit awkward, that is for sure. But just like you two, we're teachers. We're tipsy teachers who teach fascinating lessons. That's our new intro, right?
Yeah, you nailed it. Next time you can do it.
Yeah, I've always just been the one who gets to sit there, smile and nod, and then talk about how we drink wine.
And we are drinking wine.
Yes.
It's been a long week.
The longest.
Well, I can't say it has because I've been off. So, but no, I
Shut
love
up
your
about
podcast.
it.
I mean, you had me at the squid one. Like that was so disgusting, and it got me. So, like, I told everybody. I told my daughter, and she's like, "Why are you showing me this? This is disgusting." Because it's so awesome. Well, and it's really good to connect with other teachers who are doing some other things other than teaching and being in education. And your content is always so interesting. I just listened to the one about the pink and the green with the, oh God, I was like looking at my clothes that had green in it, and I thought,
yeah, be careful.
All right, I was thinking we should go to the teacher's lounge. So I have a question to start us off, and I need to know if this is just a me thing or if this is a word that other people know what it means. If I said somebody was a farfer, do you know what a farfer is?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
If I had to guess, I would say it's a dumb liar.
I love that. Can you farfer?
Farfer.
it's really inappropriate what I thought it was. Okay, you guys are going to be like, click, they're gone. I thought it was when you toot during intercourse.
That's funny.
That happens a lot. I think there's a name for that. I don't.
Queefing?
Okay, so good guesses. So I guess it must just be a thing that my cousin and I used to say. Like if you saw a cute guy and you'd be like, and then he gets closer and you're like, oh, he's a farfer, like good from afar, but far from good.
Oh, like a butterface. Everything's great, butterface. So awful.
I don't know why. Okay, so it popped into my head today because as I was driving through my neighborhood, there was a guy like walking his dog, and like he looked like he was going to be a pretty good looking guy. And then when I got closer, I'm like, oh no, he's a farfer. And then I was like, is that just a me word or is that like an everybody word? So
I think it's a you word. I don't.
It might just be a me word. Somebody's going to be like,
Urban Dictionary.
Movie. Right. I'll have to look it up.
I'm going to start using it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one.
A farfer. All right, Tim, you had some cool things you wanted to talk about in Teacher's Lounge.
There's a theme, I think, to mine with old people having babies. I don't know. I think I need to get off that Newsbreak app that just keeps popping up on my phone.
It's because you read some articles, then you keep getting stupid articles.
But it's true. They're all true. Just so you know. Mick Jagger is 78 and he's got a 4-year-old son.
All right.
That's really
choice.
old. Like,
why?
I don't know.
I didn't even know he was still alive.
Yeah, that could end up sad for the son.
Definitely.
Right.
Was it intentional?
Yeah, he's got kids like from 60 to 4. The range is like 4 to 60.
4 to 50, but close. That's a really big 4 to 50. Like you're 50 years old and you're old enough to be the grandparent of the 4-year-old, and that's your brother. That's weird.
That is weird.
Know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess my question, Kat, have you had any like devious lick situations going on?
A couple weeks ago, the boys' bathroom got destroyed and like the paper towel thing was pulled off the wall and the soaps were pulled off the wall. And this was before we knew what it was about. But luckily that was the last and only so far. But like I've definitely become like a lot more anal about locking my classroom since all this started. Did you see there was like a post on Reddit where a teacher's like classroom pet snake was stolen?
Oh,
Did you see that?
no.
That's what really got me.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big snake fan, but if he was my pet, I'd be pretty upset if he was stolen. That's awful.
Yeah, it was really upsetting. And the kid who stole it let it go. So she didn't even get it back.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That's awful.
I know.
I think there's a whole conversation about having pet snakes, like to have.
Yeah,
And-
and classroom pets. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
Do y'all do classroom pets?
I've never done a classroom, but no. Hey, you teach is it preschool with special
Yeah,
ed?
preschool
Okay, so you got the
special
little
ed, yeah.
babies and that, or have you seen the chick hatching thing? And some of them don't hatch, and then the kids are bawling their eyes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I've never.
We
had
did
Okay.
butterflies like in the spring. That was
Aw.
perfect. I'd like to have a class pet, but I don't want to take care of it. So I think that is a problem there. But
That's a non-starter.
yeah, my third grade teacher had a ton of pets. We had snakes, we had guinea pigs, we had rats in the classroom. She was a real nature lover, and it was awesome to have as the student. I don't know how she managed it as the teacher. Like, students would elect to take the pets home during the summertime or during breaks. So that was fun, but it was probably a lot of upkeep and a lot of money going into it that I don't know where that money really came from if she didn't pay for it just out of pocket.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it came from the teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to come from like the ethers, the money flowing down.
Yeah.
I just don't want to clean out any cages or do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've had a hamster before and he was a mean ass. So
But they eat their babies. They eat they have a baby and they eat them. That's why I don't have hamsters. Sorry. I was reflecting on a childhood experience because they do. They eat their freaking babies and it's
I
horrible.
think you're supposed to take the babies away from them, aren't you?
How have they not evolved?
Well, they have too many babies, so they have to eat
so they
some
eat
of
some
them.
of them.
Yeah.
It brings
But
me back
also-
to Vikings that my father-in-law and my husband are watching right now because whatever. That's all I've been doing all week. Anyway, I'm not
That-
bitter at all.
But I'm sorry, I derailed us from devious licks. Has that been an issue for y'all?
Not for me at the elementary level, but
Yeah.
definitely for Kim.
Yeah. I mean, you're taking soap dispensers during a pandemic. Like, could you be any more like stupid? and I think in our last podcast, I was talking about kids outside my door. Like, I'm going to steal this and this. I'm like, why? Why can't you just do a TikTok challenge to pay it forward and be a good kid and do the right thing? And I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
and
Just go be a kid. You don't have to steal shit and be
Right.
destructive. Also,
Okay.
throw a rock at a wall. Like, leave the soap dispensers alone. Okay.
I
all
just
of
don't
them.
get.
Every
yeah.
bathroom. in our
Okay, but
school.
have you heard about the new, somebody told me about this today, so I just went to TikTok to check it out. Angelic yields. Have you heard this? It's like the
No.
opposite of devious licks, where kids are, and I mean, I see at least, I see quite a few that were posted, and people are leaving stuff at schools like real paper towels, or somebody put a coffee maker in one of the bathrooms, or
What?
like
I thought you were about to
it's
say
called
coffin.
angelic yield, and I don't know. You'll have to check it out because I have no idea. Like,
Are they leaving stuff to be nice, or is it the point
Yes,
just to leave random
like,
shit from your
it's like
house?
leaving stuff to be nice. So a middle school, one of the teachers I teach with has a middle school daughter, and she was trying to explain it to her that like she said people are leaving nice things in the bathroom, and I'm like a joint or like flowers. And she said like nice things like flowers for the teachers, so that when the teachers go to check the bathroom,
Oh,
there's
God.
like stuff for them. So I'd be afraid
Okay.
that like the coffee maker was a bomb or something. But
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely not pick up flowers in the bathroom. It's a no for
Yeah.
me.
I may have it all
know.
wrong, but I think it's funny. I'm like more likely they're like it's not a nice thing, even though I think it's supposed to be.
Well,
I
they're
don't
stealing
know.
from the sweetest teachers. And, they were in tears that day that they just ransacked everything. And one teacher said, well, if they want to be TikTok famous, they can just steal all the stuff off my desk and they can bring it back tomorrow. I'm like, no, that's not like the thing that we need to be promoting right now. They don't need to be stealing shit off of anybody's desks. I don't know.
Well, and the teachers who have spent the most money on on the nice stuff for their classrooms, unfortunately, are the ones that are like losing the most. Like people who don't bother doing anything to their classroom.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
don't
If
have
someone
anything to
stole from my classroom, I would take down all the decorations, all the extras, and I'd be like, fine, you have a cinder block room for the rest of the school year because you can't fucking respect it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Well, I have a
For sure.
question because we're like twice your age as teachers. And so I'm just curious, like, what brought you to wanting to be a teacher? I'm just, what was the thing? Because I need some inspiration for my new teachers who I'm working with. Because you're not new,
I was
right?
just-
You've taught a few years
It's our
each.
third year.
Yeah, third year. So pretty new.
Yeah.
For us, it was a kind of random because we're Teach for America. Are y'all familiar?
Yeah.
Oh, you are cool.
Cool,
We
very cool.
are, yeah. Cool or not so cool, depending on who you ask. But yeah, it was kind of random for me. I got recruited by the program, and I was kind of thinking about being a teacher. I was a history major, so I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with that. And I had a really good experience in school and loved my teachers. So that was just kind of something always in the back of my mind that I might want to do as a possibility. And then I applied for this program like on the last night they were accepting applications, just like on a whim. Ended up getting in against all odds because it's pretty hard to get into. I wasn't expecting to get in. And then my decision was kind of made for me. And the program is 2 years, but I got my certification and I'm going to stay into the future as long as I can tell. I don't have any plans to leave. I like
That's
it.
cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
For me, I went into college as a sped major, and my first year of college was just a shit show. And I ended up switching to psychology, but I still was like, I want to work with kids. I don't know if I want to get my master's and then possibly my doctorate. I'm not really sure. But I know that I like challenging myself. And I knew that teaching was challenging, and Teach for America has a mission that I strongly believe in, educational equity. So it's like, okay, let's do this. Let's try it out. At the very worst, it'll be 2 years and it'll be hard, and hopefully I'll learn a lot and teach something. But I just wanted to challenge myself and see if I could do it and figure it out. And especially special education for me feels like a puzzle. I mean, teaching is like that at any level, but especially 3-year-olds,
Oh my God.
special education.
Yeah.
They're like mega puzzles, and every day is so hard. But when there's those moments where things click, like one of my pre-verbal students shouted out across the room, Miss Madden, like clear as day. And I was like, oh my gosh, like you're drawing attention to yourself and you know my name and you're like saying things. Like it was just the best feeling. So as
that's
hard
awesome.
as the days are, it's really rewarding when you can see that growth.
So were you two friends way before this or because of?
Because of.
Awesome.
Thankfully, we just kind of clicked that first week in Teach for America here in Memphis.
Yeah, you have to go to like a 6-week summer training and you all kind of live together. So it's like summer camp. We met, we met there as 22-year-olds at summer camp.
Yeah, I was like, you're my person.
That's
So
awesome.
it worked
No,
out.
it is.
I could have believed that you had been friends from like middle school on. Like,
I think we were friends in a past life.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too. It's one of those things where like as soon as I saw Haley, I like knew she was my friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
I told Kat.
kind of had like a
Yeah.
Meredith Grey Christina, like, well, okay, so I should probably stick with like either their characters' names or not, but like, yeah, Meredith Grey and Christina, that's right. Like they were each other's person right away. Like they just knew. I think you and I were that way too, Kim.
Yeah. Because
When did you guys
we
meet?
didn't like anybody.
That might be.
No, I mean,
we
people were just
bonded
really
by our hatred of other people.
They were just mean. There's mean teachers, but we've talked about them. And I swear, I think that's where our 2-star review came. I'm not going to go into that again, 'cause I spent.
No, spill the tea.
Yeah.
No, there was a teacher we talked about. We named her Blandy Pants, White Walls, because
Wow,
her
she wore,
pants
like,
were up to her boobs, and she would
khaki,
put no
always.
Oh my God, she put no decorations, and she's always trying to get me in trouble. I was a first-year teacher. I used to be a personal trainer, and God, I don't know how the hell I got into teaching, but I was a special ed para, and that's, I was going to take care of those kids and make sure the IEPs were adhered to. And she was just like, yeah, you can't teach kids how to read, and if they're older than a certain time. And she was just always trying to get me in trouble. So we've talked about her, but I don't know if she.
Yeah, if you heard somebody calling you Blandy Pants, White Walls, I
You
don't
wouldn't
know.
know it
Would
was
you
you.
know they were talking about you? Would you think your pants are bland if you were the wearer of said pants?
And wouldn't you give it 1 star?
Yeah,
Like,
why did
give
she
it
give
2
2?
stars?
That's what we
if
talked
that
about. Why
was-
too?
I feel like that's worse, because then people
It's
look
like
at that and
more
they think it's
insulting.
like, yeah, they think it's a real review.
Yeah.
I think
not.
Jen was like, it's like getting a 1-cent tip as opposed to no tip at all.
Totally. That's like we did an episode on this guy, Patrice Wilson, who is like a real sleazeball, and he's not, I wouldn't call him a celebrity, but like he's well known. He did the Rebecca Black Friday video, and I tagged him in our Instagram post, and he messaged us like to stop spreading lies about him and like to take it down and all this stuff. And I thought he was going to get in our reviews, but thankfully
Oh my
he is
God.
not.
Yeah, you would think he would,
Yeah.
but also he's like, everything they're saying is true.
Yeah. I mean, not according to what he messaged us. He's in extreme denial.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, most assholes are in denial. They think they've done
Yeah.
everything correct.
Do you wanna do
Okay,
something
next
that-
week is banned book week, meaning the teachers and people are against banning any kind of books. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I think that there are some books that are very sensitive that teachers don't really understand how to teach. So,
yeah.
because I taught of Mice and Men, and that was really uncomfortable. And there were no
It was
people.
in your curriculum to teach it.
Yeah, just like Canterbury Tales with the poker up the ass. That's up in our curriculum too. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember reading Mice and Men sophomore year of high school, and we read it out loud. We popcorn read it, and they
Oh.
made us say every word, and it was not appropriate.
Yeah, I think
I feel like you're young enough that popcorn reading should have been long gone. by
long
then.
gone before
Like,
you.
Yeah. My
Nobody-
teacher.
Popcorn reading needs to stop immediately. Stop,
Yeah.
please, for the love. Do you know anything about Flowers in the Attic? Because this was more of a
Mm-mm.
generational thing. So
No. they're too
okay,
young.
I binge watched the whole Lifetime series of Flowers in the Attic this week. VC Andrews was a staple, but it was about a brother and a sister who were locked up in an attic, and they had relations and stuff. So there's a lot of like sensitive issues. But then it keeps going on and on and on. There's like 5 different movies. So that's what I did this week. And by the time I was done, because I was avoiding whatever they were watching down there and unpacking boxes. What?
You're like, the Vikings is too violent for me. I want to watch incest.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was my thought. Well, yeah, you gotta get away.
it's different. They're locked up. They have no other option. It's incest or bust.
to keep the population in the attic alive.
As brother and sister, and everyone's trying to out them and stuff. And I'm just like, why am I still watching? Why am I still watching? And why was it so freaking popular? Yeah, I did. I left Vikings for incest. That is awesome. Yeah.
And I love how at the beginning of this recording, you were like, as much as I love my like husband and his dad or whoever's watching it, like in Vikings and whatnot, I'm just like, I've had enough of it. But like every time you bring it up, it's gotten more and more aggressive and hateful.
I've watched it. I'm sitting there pretending to
You don't have to lie.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. Oh, that's exciting. Wow. I can't believe that happened. I've been in my own little world, which is fine. So they can have their fun. I meant to send this picture to you guys. This is in our teacher's lounge and we're all over the place, which is fine. There's some 68-year-old Mexican actress who's pregnant. And so this goes along with my Mick Jagger conversation. Holy shit. If you look her up, her name is Lynn May.
I got it.
Please look her up. You have to see her.
She's
Oh,
awful.
wow. She has had a lot of plastic surgery.
Right.
Yes.
Is she the cat lady? The cat?
No, this is not
Oh,
her, but
okay.
she
No.
could
This
be.
is a whole new situation.
Wow.
And the person who she's saying got her pregnant said it was a drunken night that he doesn't remember. Like,
So it wasn't IVF?
no, she had
No.
sex with somebody. Some
And she
23
got
year old.
pregnant
This
at
is real
68?
news.
I don't know. It's been on more than Fox. It's been on more than one thing. And it's just bothered me. And Bridget
Oh,
Nielsen is
my.
pregnant too. She's 55.
I don't even know who is that. I know the name.
So
but I
she
don't know
must
who
be
it is.
taking hormones or some.
Yeah.
I'm 52 and I found out okay, this is probably not going to be in the podcast and I don't care, but I'm not in menopause and I was just a little slightly upset about that.
Yeah, that's like the best part of menopause, right? You can't get pregnant.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you don't have your period.
Yeah.
I'm all
Yeah.
give it to me
I'm
now.
all about that.
Yeah.
But I guess my question too is like when you were in elementary or when you were in school, were there any like books or short stories that you read that stuck with you? And as a pre-K teacher, I'd like to hear like what kind of books you're reading them other than like just the simple ones. What are your favorite like stories to tell the kids? I know you're a math teacher, Kat, so I get that you wouldn't be reading math books. That'd be kind of weird if you came in and just started reading like.
She might read Circumference.
Yeah, I read story problems.
Yeah.
Some of them are really interesting. We have our math curriculum has like very diverse story problems about all kinds of things. So that's kind of fun.
Cool.
But definitely nothing like as interesting as a fictional story.
Well, no, I mean, I know in high school and stuff, as now when I started teaching high school and started teaching some of this, I was like, well, how the hell am I going to teach this? And so, and just, that's why Twisted Lit came up because I was thinking about how to teach things without like, completely ruining it for children and, teenage boys with special ed, because I taught special ed lit, 11th grade American lit, and how to get them engaged because they were just over everything, over school, over just everything. And so I tried to do my best to make things interesting, but in that I had to teach them the most twisted, like inappropriate things that were on our list just to keep their because I did.
That's
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome. Anyway, I don't know if you had anything in high school or college that I don't know, affected you or you remember the most.
I remember learning to read with Junie B. Jones books, and my dad would be laughing at the things that he was hearing about in the story, but I was so busy trying to just read and learn how to read that I wasn't comprehending anything of what was going on in the story. So when you talk about things that have stuck with me, that's definitely one of the big ones is reading Junie B. Jones and then rereading them once I actually knew how to read and remember everything that I was reading. As far as being a teacher, this year especially, last year was pretty much just a total bust. And my first year, I felt like I was drowning the entire time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This year, I've really enjoyed breaking out the books that have a lot of repetition or the same sentence stem so that the kids can interact with the book orally, or they can look and point at things. It might be like a very busy picture and we can like look for different shapes in it or different colors, things like that, where I feel like as a teacher, I can get all of their, or at least more of their senses involved than just listening to a story. I really like those interactive books. And there's one book that I've been reading to them. It has little open flap things. Well, they're not even flaps. The whole little thing comes off. It's like a little card that comes off because it's a bunch of recipes from around the world, and it's called
cool.
Everybody Eats Lunch. And I got another book that's called This Is How We Do It, and it's about all different people of different cultures all around the world, because I want my kids here in Memphis to know that there's this great big world and there's a lot to explore, and that learning is exciting. At least hopefully I can help them see that. Some days it doesn't feel like it, but
well, just
I
hearing
like
you
those
talk, it's
interactions.
very obvious that you're very passionate about it. Like that's amazing.
awesome.
And and
Thank
where
you.
I live, it's definitely not a very diverse world, and it's very frustrating.
But it's so close to a very diverse world, like where you're at.
Not really.
Wouldn't you say?
Where are you?
Like where we used to teach was incredibly diverse, and it's like 20 miles away.
Well, my daughter, she's now 28, almost 28. I don't even know. She's 27 or 28. I've lost track of how old my daughter is. But we were in a school where she was the lightest skinned person. And when we came to this county, she said, I don't like it. I meld in. I look like everybody else. So, and so we still talk about that diversity. And we had like 80 languages represented in our school where we worked.
Wow.
And it was just a given that you just respect and honor, and there's no judgment. And in where I am, I hit a lot of people saying stuff, and I'm just starting to. I'm at the point now where I'm like, that's not okay. You can't say that. And there's just a lot of racism. There's no other way to say it. There's no nice way to say it.
Yeah.
So our Twisted Lit today is Jen is gonna. All I get was text. I hate Junie B. Jones. I hate Amelia Bedelia. I fucking hate both of them.
So Junie B. Jones, I don't like her because of the grammar model, like that. She's not a good like model of proper English. So, but a lot of kids are completely hooked by her. I think Junie B. Jones is on the possible banned book list because of she uses words like dumb and stupid. And
come on.
So
because there's people who are dumb and stupid. And
yeah, I think that's completely reasonable.
I think it's reasonable too, but that's probably not the typical, thought of most teachers, because the S word is stupid, not shit.
Yeah. So I'm not familiar with this banned book list. Is this like they're banned from like the school library or just from being read out loud to the class?
A little bit of both. It's
school libraries.
Yeah.
Wow.
Harry Potter's still on some. Harry Potter's still on some of them.
Yeah, he was on our banned book list.
We had, I always liked really fucked up stuff when I was a kid. Like I'd go to the library at school and like pick out the most fucked up book I could. And we had a shelf of the scary books, and I had to get like a note from my mom to be allowed to check them out. And those were like the only books I ever checked out.
Did they have like a signed fucked up books?
Bad gal.
Yeah, pretty much. It should have. Some of them actually fucked me up.
Flowers in the Attic. I read that book.
That would have been in that section for sure. So are you going to do a Twisted Lit, Kim?
Yes, that was the point. I was going to do an Italian one. It's kind of a grim fairy tale from Italy. And so, which makes it even worse because the Italians are even, I'm Italian, so I can say that they're even more like evil, like with some of the stuff. So this is called Penta of the Chopped Off Hands.
Ooh.
Sounds good already, doesn't it? It
sounds like a spooky Olive Garden.
What? My daughter was obsessed with Olive Garden. If I didn't take her once a week, she would just
older or younger?
Serena, the older one, and she listens to the podcast. So
hi Serena, love you.
Yeah, she's actually an archivist for primary sources. When she was 7, she's like, I want to work in a library for the rest of my life, and that's what she's doing. Serena's awesome. She is. But she sent me like a bunch of books that I had her read that scarred her forever. And so now I'm like the evil mother again. So I don't know. I didn't read this to her. So it's an Italian fairy tale. And the collection contains the earliest recorded versions of many well-known European fairy tales. So Penta of the chopped off hands. It starts off with a bang and just gets freakier. Penta's brother, there's an incest situation here. I'm sorry. I'm not like on it.
There's a theme.
Okay, sorry. Penta's brother is the king of the land in which the story begins. But after his wife dies, he begins pursuing Penta, his sister. She asks her brother what he's most drawn to about her. And although he heaps all manner of praise on her, what he really focuses on is how beautiful her hands are. So she thinks, you know what? I'm just going to cut them off. She cuts them off, figuring, well, if he likes my hands so much, maybe he'll leave me alone if they aren't there anymore. Makes sense, right? Angered, the king locks Penta in a chest and throws her into the ocean. Like, what the hell? She's got no hands to swim back or to get out of the freaking chest, right? That's not good. But
pretty dumb move. Yeah.
This was read to children. All right. A fisherman rescues her and brings her to his home, but her troubles are far from over. Penta, it turns out, is still beautiful even without her hands.
Oh, no.
What the hell?
Oh, God.
It turns out.
Never change for a guy. To love you or to not love you.
Yeah. This moral of the story is
cut your hands
boys are
off
going to
for
be
you.
creepy no matter what.
Cut your hands off for you, not your ancestral brother. I swear. So the fisherman's wife quickly becomes jealous. So she locks Penta back up and throws her back into the ocean again.
Oh my God.
I know. It's a freaking fairy tale.
Rude.
Then another king rescues her from the depths of the sea, and she becomes a lady in waiting for the queen. This royal couple seems pretty okay, all things considered. Both of them are fond of Penta, and when the queen becomes sick, they always do. The queens always get sick, the good ones, or they die in childbirth or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens. She tells the king to marry Penta once she's gone. He does so, but the fisherman's wife is still jealous of Penta and performs all sorts of machinations, resulting in Penta's expulsion from the kingdom. Penta's brother repents, and he's like, I'm sorry, I was in love with you. That's really wrong. I shouldn't have done that. She and her husband are reunited, but the fisherman's wife is burned alive for her crimes.
What? Wait.
Her crime?
Her crime because she put Penta into the ocean again. And
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What the hell?
How did the fisherman's wife have any say about what goes on in the castle?
That's my question, because it doesn't explain. She was still jealous. She was bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like she was still pissed off and maybe stalking, or just like Penta's still getting men with no hands. I don't know. Anyway, I mean,
Definitely jealous.
Yeah.
that's horrible. Why would you want to read that aloud to a child?
How old? What?
It's a fairy tale.
How long ago? Like a long time
It's
ago?
about the time of Grimm. It's kind of like the Italian version of Grimm, but there's always like a body part chopped off in the Italian ones.
Yeah. What's the moral?
Don't
one.
change for anybody. If your brother's in love with you, get the hell out.
Yeah.
Just be glad you're not
Just
in an
run.
attic.
Yeah.
I don't mean for my theme to be about. I mean, I'm not like, I feel bad now. Like, that's all I'm talking about.
It is what it is.
We all have interests.
Don't change for anyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
goodness.
thanks for that disturbing tale.
That's it. The summary.
That's it?
I'm doing little ones. I didn't want to do like Dante again because that was really dark.
Oh yeah, that's big. Big
That
and
was
dark.
bad. Yeah, I did Dante's.
But you did, and you did encourage me, because I noticed today that one of my teammates is missing 2 fingers. So when you started talking, and when you started talking about that, I immediately texted my team and was like, hey, what happened to his fingers? Like, where are they? And why are they gone?
Did you find out?
So I think best guess at this point is a motorcycle accident, but
I I don't think
Yeah,
it had
I don't know.
anything to do with this fairy tale, Jen.
It had nothing to do, but as soon as you were like cut off their hands, I'm like, oh yeah. Where did his fingers
Wait a
go?
minute.
Because I noticed it today during planning, and I was like, don't stare at the fingers.
His sister was in love with him, and the only way to get her to stop.
Stop staring at my 2 fingers.
Yeah.
But when you were talking
Oh my
about
God.
like, what was it you said about like, it almost reminded me of like a voodoo doll situation at one point in your story. And I am pretty sure that I had a parent who had a voodoo doll of me the year I broke my arm. I am almost positive. She was like, she would tell, so she told me, like, when I went to the office to meet her and her son, she said, I am a Christian high priestess. Really? A Christian high priestess. And she claimed to be best friends with Jeff Bezos.
Okay. Wait, what would
is
Jeff
that?
Bezos?
She was like, if you need anything for your classroom, you let me know because Jeff Bezos is my best friend.
Did you take her up on it?
You know, I tried, and it appears they weren't that close after all.
Do I know who that is?
Shocking.
Jeff Bezos? Is he a Christian, like king or something?
Or the owner of
We
Amazon.
I think I should know that.
So kind of a king because I love Amazon. but-
Okay, so Christian priestess, like that sounds
Yes.
like Wiccan people or
I'm pretty
High
sure she had a
priest.
voodoo doll. Yes. She's the one that asked me, that sent me the message saying it is blah, blah, blah's birthday. Will you please fill out his birthday invitations for him?
What?
Yes. I'm like,
Wait
I
a
made
minute.
yeah. Like I was his teacher and she wanted me to fill out his birthday party invitations. Not made.
Ma'am, I can send you a roster, but I am not the one to fill out your child's birthday invitations.
Yeah, she just slips the adoption paperwork in there with them, hoping you don't notice.
you signed it.
Yeah.
Legally, he is yours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No. We do love parents generally, but
Parents are crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like if you just got to teach kids,
Yes.
Mhm.
mhm.
Yeah.
it's the parents
I don't know
that
if
are like, no.
Yeah, you're like, well, it's too late for you. So I'm going to keep trying with your sweet, sweet baby. See ya after
It's bad.
dismissal. Yeah.
All right. So my twisted lit is about a character that is beloved by many, but I really have never felt the love for her. Amelia freaking Bedelia. Do you guys remember Amelia Bedelia?
I
Yeah.
love Amelia Bedelia.
You
We
love
don't want to.
Amelia
So
Bedelia.
we're not trying to ruin this for you.
No,
We're
it's
trying to give you
okay.
another- look through a
Yeah.
different lens.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
for-
I haven't
I'm
read
sure-
Amelia Bedelia since I was probably 7, so I could
Okay.
I could have some misrememberings.
No, everybody loves Amelia Bedelia until like. Anyway, Jen.
So I'm just going to say, like, I think that she was a housekeeper or maid for this couple, a wealthy couple named Mr. and Mrs. Rogers. And I really want to know why they never asked for any like references, because I think she would have had a hard time providing any references. And she wears like a really frumpy version of a French maid outfit. And she takes everything that is said to her super literally, which I guess is cute and fun, like at first. So, like, all of the different books are pretty much the same pattern where she's given a list of things to do and she really just takes them super literally and royally F's them up every single time because she does not understand any idioms. So, every single time everything is okay in the end because she's a fabulous cook. So here are some of the stupid things that she does. Like she dusts the house, but she says that like, why do they want me to dust the house? At my house, we undust the house. And so she like went and got dusting powder and sprinkled it all over. You know, she drew the drapes. They asked her to draw the drapes and she like sat down with a sketch pad and drew the drapes, cut out the spots when she was asked to remove the spots from a dress. But this is my absolute favorite line in the whole book. or any of the books. The wealthy couple, they've just come home and discovered that their house is a wreck. And it says, Mrs. Rogers was angry. She was very angry. She opened her mouth. Mrs. Rogers meant to tell Amelia Bedelia she was fired, but before she could get the words out, Mr. Rogers put something in her mouth. It was so good. Mrs. Rogers forgot about being angry. And like on the next picture, you see that it was lemon meringue pie, but yeah, I don't know. So then, okay, on a side note, I hate adult cartoons. Like Family Guy, The Simpsons. Like I hate them. I don't know.
What do you hate
That's
about
how you
them?
really feel, Jen.
Hate. So as I was doing a little bit of research on Amelia Bedelia, I found out that she appeared on a Family Guy episode, and it was hilarious because as I was like looking at the notes, my husband is in the living room, and what is on my television but Family Guy? Like if they know I'm paying attention, like they just changed the channel because I hate it. But anyway, she appeared in an episode of Family Guy, and it was an episode called In Dr. C and the Women, and I don't watch it enough to have any idea what that means, but Peter blames a misunderstanding on doing the dishes on dirty Amelia Bedelia, who quote unquote cleans the carpet by vacuuming her privates. Cleans the carpet.
Is that was on Family Guy?
That was on Family Guy. Yeah.
Is that in one of the books?
But no.
Oh, I hope no. No, but that would be really bad. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, yeah, after what you just told us was in the book, it
Amelia
maybe makes
Bedelia
What
opened her
What about the
legs,
one
but
about she
before
grabbed Dick at the
Oh, in the baseball game, she grabbed Dick because he was like in the wrong place in the baseball game or something. I don't even know. But I don't know.
Is your wine
Amelia
gone?
Bedelia's just a
Is
hot
your boxed
mess.
wine gone?
No, it's there. We're gonna have to do a little surgery on the box here.
Yeah.
Pull the bag out, and
We're gonna have to
squeeze
stop
it.
for another box on the way home.
Oh, get
I
the bladder
would
out.
be
I used to
willing to
take those
stop for
into
another.
movie theaters and put them in my purse. Like
That's
that was
smart.
yeah,
It's a hack.
that wasn't too long ago. When I went to the
Yesterday.
movies.
I used to drink it straight from the bag at frat parties.
Yep.
Straight out of the nozzle.
Oh
Good
God.
times.
So the other funny thing about Amelia Bedelia, or her aunt, the person who wrote it, not her aunt, because whatever. She was a teacher for more than like 15 years. And so she based Amelia Bedelia on third graders, which I guess makes sense. And apparently she was also very much like Amelia Bedelia. She was very literal as well. So
Well, I mean, that's like on the autism spectrum. So then we might need to be a
Spectrum.
little more sensitive to Amelia Bedelia.
maybe.
Because you have the literal
Yeah, I'm
autism.
not here for the Amelia Bedelia hate.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
little
feel bad
offended.
now. Everyone loves Amelia and I don't.
No, they don't. They don't love her. But
How do you feel about SpongeBob since you hate adult cartoons? Because I know
SpongeBob
SpongeBob
is better than like Family Guy or The Simpsons, or South Park. I like.
I love
SpongeBob
South
better.
Park. South Park is really funny.
You?
Sorry. I do. It is so, it's so. And SpongeBob, there's a lot of lessons. Like
There
who is
is.
this? Who is the little snail? What was his name?
Gary.
Okay, so then they talk about like I always use this with my kids when they don't want to take a bath. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. And then I'd always like say like SpongeBob says, and so they'd always get in the bathtub.
Aw.
Yeah.
When I'm waiting for my class to line up, I'll be like 7 years later. So yeah.
All right, so I have one last really fun, quick one. The Strange Feast. It's got to do with sausages. Jen wanted me to do the flayed old
did.
woman. I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna do the sausages.
Okay.
I think we did that one in our Brothers Grimm episode. Do you remember that?
Which one?
I don't remember
The
exact
sausages?
The
one, but-
sausage, and he was like eating.
Oh,
The sausage
yeah.
was eating all the other things.
Yeah.
Is that what you're about to talk about?
Is that the one you've done already or no?
It's a blood sausage. Wanted to eat a liver sausage.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't in our episode, and I just read it because I read a whole
bunch
20
of
of
them.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like there's a lot that have sausages involved. Like
I don't
there's
know.
Yeah.
smithy.
There were a lot of sausage themed stories.
Yes.
Sausage on the mind sometimes. What are you going to do?
So then I'm going to.
Because the one you did before, Kim, what was that sausage one?
It was the sausage,
And the bird?
the bird, and the
No.
mouse. And they didn't like the fact that they had the bird was doing more work than everybody. And the sausage did all the cooking and would slither through the food to get it all spiced up and stuff. And then the mouse decided they changed all these roles, and the mouse was like, I'm going to do the same thing the sausage does. But she got burned to death because she rolled herself into the food. It was like, oh.
Stupid ass story.
I
The
think-
sausage went out and got eaten by a dog.
I think I was remembering yours, actually. I've listened to that episode, and I clocked it in my head as being part of our episode.
Makes sense. And I'm
That
just
was a
over
good
here
one.
acting like I remembered because I have ADHD and don't remember anything, actually.
You know what? Yeah. So I'm going to read The Strange Feast, and it's a different sausage story. It stars 2 sentient sausages, one blood sausage and one liver sausage. The sausages are friends, and one day the blood sausage invites the liver sausage over for dinner. Of course.
I love sentient sausages. Just right
The
off the
alliteration
bat,
is-
that's my favorite part. And blood sausage and liver sausage. I feel like liver sausage is a subgenre of blood sausage. Because wouldn't they both have
Are
to have
those real
blood?
sausages?
What does it mean?
Isn't
I don't know.
blood
No.
sausage like congealed blood
Ugh.
in a sausage
Oh!
casing? I think that's what it is.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Maybe that should be
God.
one of your
There's-
night classy like lessons.
All the
Yeah.
different types
Types
of
of
sausages.
sausages.
In Germany, they have a blood cheese, which I think is like congealed blood mixed with cheese. I don't know. It's something disgusting.
Nasty.
That's really gross. Was it Kat? Are you the one who doesn't like eggs? I remember that episode.
I don't like eggs. Yeah.
It was after you got off of COVID that you had an egg or something. I was laughing about, and you don't like milk either.
No.
Oh, no.
Milk is
Yeah, milk
disgusting.
is nasty.
And that was you that messaged us that like milk is the devil's liquid or something.
It is.
Right?
It's the devil's. It's
Yeah.
the devil's
True.
nectar. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm sorry. Anyway,
A blood
Um,
sausage is a sausage filled with blood that is cooked or dried and mixed with the filler until it is thick enough to solidify when cooled.
Ew.
Pig, cow, horse, donkey, sheep, chicken, duck, and goat blood can be used varying by country.
Horse?
I bet Jeffrey Dahmer had blood sausage. I mean, that
Ooh.
there's so many
Cool.
things I should have said that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that through. I'm sorry. All right, so the liver sausage agrees. After all, they've been friends for a long time, but gets an uneasy feeling upon arrival. The blood sausage's house, it seems, is full of odd things: a broom, a shovel, and a shovel beating each other. So the broom and a shovel, I don't know. They're beating each other up. A monkey with an enormous wound on its head, and other assorted bits of bizarreness. Thank you, Brothers Grimm. The liver
This
sausage
is a fever
asks
dream.
about all the stuff in the blood sausage's house. Like, what the hell is this shit? Why do you have this shit? Thrift store? Did you get it antiquing? Where the hell did you get them? And why are they fighting? I'm just putting that in there. That's not in the story.
That's not in there.
It's implied.
But the blood sausage, he brushes it all off and goes into the kitchen to check on the meal. Then a mysterious someone, it's not specified who, appears to the liver sausage and warns it that it has come to visit the house of death. Hurry up and leave if you value your life, this mysterious someone says. The liver sausage obliges and creeps out of. How do you creep out as a sausage?
He's like,
Slither. Do the inchworm.
As it runs away, the blood sausage sticks its head out the window and cries, "If I had caught you, I would have had you." Is the weirdest part the fact that they were sentient, or that a death date or something? He was eating. He's planning on eating the liver sausage for dinner. That is grim, I think.
You know, the next time I teach personification, when I teach some figurative language, I think I'm going to pull out the sausage story.
What the
You know.
hell? Why?
That's one way to engage the students.
it would definitely be engaging. I
I could
was
bring
engaged.
some sausages in for a snack.
And you could do like a puppet show, like, I'm going after you now. I'm going after you. Oh, I'm gonna run out. And then they could.
Can you imagine what the kids would think the sausage puppets were?
What grade do you teach?
Fifth.
Fifth. Yeah. So they're in the sweet spot for sausage.
Sweet spot.
Jokes.
Yeah.
Sausage personification. Yes. Every fifth grader's perfect lesson.
It really, really is. It's just weird.
I'm going to be terrified by blood sausages tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I currently am, but it's definitely going to last for another 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just more.
That's
More.
the grossest shit I've ever heard.
Well, so what are you guys doing the rest of the weekend? This is Friday, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Thank
It
God.
is
Shut up.
Friday.
Don't pretend like you care. You've been on.
Yeah, you're on fall break. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Tomorrow, I plan on doing almost nothing. I plan on doing whatever I want to do because, okay, it was my birthday, and Jen, it was your birthday too, right? This past weekend.
Yes.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you're
And to you
Virgos.
as well.
Yes.
Virgo bitches for life. I went to a music festival. I think it was the last time ever in my life that I'll be going to such an event. I have been like tired, hungover for this whole week. I can't wait to just sleep in tomorrow because legit, like I turned 24. I know I'm not old. I don't feel old, but we were the oldest people there.
Wow.
We were just in a sea of fresh adults, like 18,
Yeah.
19-year-olds.
I could totally see
was-
that.
Yeah, I can't be outside for more than like 3 hours at a time now. I need to reapply sunscreen. I need to nap if I'm going to be outside for more than 3 hours. Like there are rules and none of them were abided by last weekend. So I'm just still exhausted. So
Kat, when's your birthday?
January. I'm a Capricorn.
So am I. I was
Oh, you
wondering
are?
if you and I were Capricorns and those two were freaking Virgos. Of course.
That's crazy.
That is cool.
look at
Wow.
that.
For serial killers, we are the fewest that's
The numbers of serial killers that
for
are
Capricorn are the
Mhm.
fewest.
Who's
Yeah,
number one?
because we're chill.
Fucking
I think Virgos are-
Geminis.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. My mom used to be an astrologer. She would do all this stuff like by hand, and she would just no computers at the time, and she would just write out our charts and stuff. And so I was.
That's cool.
Amazing.
You had weird stepmother who smelled your arm to see if you took a bath.
What?
I did have
More
a weird
details.
stepmother. That is true. And then like my birth family, like it's a whole big argument against nature versus nurture for sure. But definitely gonna go with nurture is the winner.
Yeah,
But,
we
you
come from
know.
dysfunction. We take the fun out of dysfunction. So, well, we
Yeah, sure.
we are so happy that you guys would like even consider hanging out with us for a little while because
I'm so
Oh my
glad
gosh,
you invited
yeah.
us
Thank
on.
you so much. This was so fun. It's so good to meet you guys after hearing
You
your
too.
voices in my head. Like,
on
you
TV.
and I
Yeah.
you and I went to the first Sex and the City movie together, Jen,
How do you remember that?
because you said that Harry, that Charlotte's husband, was ugly as fuck. Why would she want to have sex with him so much?
he was a farfer.
Great job.
That was awesome. Bring it on back.
Way to
Full
circle
circle.
back
There we
around.
go.
Why would she want to have sex with him so much? Like maybe she loves him.
Is that enough
Who's
though?
to say?
I
yeah.
know.
No,
Anyway,
Who is this? I didn't hear the beginning of your sentence.
her ex-husband.
He's
Okay.
He was 17 years old. Well, he's still 17 years older than me.
Wow.
She caught up.
I got married at 24, 23. He was 39. I don't know, do the math, but yeah.
How did y'all meet? That's quite an age gap.
Well, I worked in a gym because I have a degree in Italian. So the right thing to do and the most logical thing to do is to go work in women's fitness gym where I flooded the freaking whole gym because I didn't. Anyway, that was bad. But the woman who did the facials, her boyfriend was a policeman and they knew, and then they set me up. Be friends with anyone you divorce. Just going to tell you both that because, we can talk.
Yeah, don't marry somebody until you're
I can't say that. Just if you have a divorce, make it a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom and dad should have heard that.
Same.
So you're from divorced. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, we both are.
Big time. Yeah.
Big fun stuff.
They have a-
Like mega divorced, both of our parents. Like out with a bang.
was it lately or did they get divorced early?
Oh, mine was a long time ago. I was like 10.
That's hard.
I was 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was 8.
That's nice to get. At least I think it would have been nice to have your parents get divorced when you were younger. Maybe it would be more damaging. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, now my daughter
Who's
was
to
17.
say?
She was very pissed off for quite a few years about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably easier to take when you're a kid. Like, I don't remember caring that much.
Yeah. I was like 14, so life was already hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a tough age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my parents got divorced during Christmas, and I was like, they told us, like, they sat us all down, and I was like, I just want to really get my presents. It didn't affect me at all.
They told you on Christmas?
That's so bad. I was little. I was like,
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas. Our family
We're getting
is.
divorced.
Yeah, look what Santa brought this year.
Next year, we're not going to have Christmas because
I'm throwing the tree
the
away and
divorce
burning
is
it.
so expensive.
Like, you like this? Now you get 2 of them.
Oh my gosh. That was so much fun.
Oh, I know. They're so awesome. I love their content, their senses of humor, their passion for teaching. I'm just so excited that we got to spend some time with our sister podcast and tune in because they do incredibly interesting stories and lessons that they can't teach in their classrooms yet are very, very unique and different and worth a listen. So give Night Classy a listen because it's
sure.
well worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
There.
Everybody stay twisted.